What's up, you guys? Welcome to my happy place. So we did it. We made it to 100 videos. Against all odds, I had a lot of times where I wasn't uploading at all, or where I was uploading kind of staggered and not really with the schedule, and we did it. We made it to 100 videos. But thinking back on this channel, this is not my 100th video on YouTube. This is my several hundredth video on YouTube. I have had a whole lot of channels before this one that didn't go nearly as well, and some of them were mildly successful, and some of them were a little less successful than that. This is the most success that I've found thus far, and this is the style that I like, and I think I'm going to keep doing. But I have made a whole lot of videos on YouTube before. I think, last count, I've got like 4 or 5 dead channels that if you guys would like to try and find, I don't even know where most of them are. This is a channel that I've grown really attached to, and I've grown attached to the people that I've met through this channel, the people who watch me, and so obviously I'm going to continue doing this, but thinking about that made me look back on the first video I ever did on this channel, which I know is a trope on YouTube, but it's 100 videos ago. I was a different person. That was almost 2 years ago. I had shorter hair, for one. I started watching my first video on this channel, which I will link in the description and somewhere on this video, and I just started thinking about how much has changed, and I'm going to sit down and finish watching that video now and just discuss what's changed in my life in 2 years. Again, I know this is a trope on YouTube. I know that a lot of people do this when they're starved for content. I just think it's a nice homage. It's around that time. 100 videos, it's kind of cool. Let's see what's up. Also, I don't have Mac to do the editing for this video, so I can't have like a screen in screen. I'm just watching it here. If you guys would like to click and watch the video, you can. But I'm just going to be talking about the stuff that I did talk about in that first video. I started off the video by talking about how I didn't really have a plan for starting the channel, and that's very true. I wanted to start a YouTube channel for a long time, but I was kind of like unsure of exactly what I was going to do with it, exactly how I was going to move it forward, what kind of videos I wanted to make, what kind of content I wanted to make, and I, at a certain point, was just like, I really want to start a new YouTube channel. I really want to start making stuff again. And so I just started it, and I said fuck it, because I wanted to make a YouTube video, and I wanted to make a YouTube channel, and so I did it. The next thing that's funny about the video is that I talk about the fact that making YouTube videos was a way for me to escape from my house. Not that my house was particularly bad, I felt the need to kind of be on my own a little bit more, and so I would go and drive my mom's car to cash in aluminum cans for like recycling, and during that time that I was doing that, I would be in my mom's car, and that was my happy place. That was my original happy place. I said it as an off-random thing that I just thought was a funny thing to say at the time, and I thought about it, and I like the idea of everywhere being my happy place, so I just started saying it at the beginning of all my videos, and that's where it came from. It just happened organically in the first video. Another thing that I talked about was cashing in those cans for money, because that's actually what I did for money at the time. I was living at home, I was a college student, and if I wanted to have any spending money, I would go and cash in bottles for my mom, and then I would get that money that I cashed in for bottles. And now I am working 2 jobs and, you know, making so much off YouTube, thanks for all that demonetization and losing partnership. I just think that it's funny that within 2 years I went from my only source of income being fucking aluminum cans to I've worked like 5 or 6 jobs in the time since then, of varying degrees of goodness. Another interesting thing is that I was using the videos to get out of my house. I was using the videos as a way to create stuff away from my house, because my house was loud and hectic, and creating videos in the house was difficult because there was always noise and sounds, and now I live in my own apartment. I pay for my own apartment, which is big. It's weird to look back at my old videos and to see myself in a different stage of my life, in a different place, and to be able to say I've moved forward from that point a whole lot in 2 years. Another important point is that for those of you who remember the original car that I used to do the videos from, my mom literally just returned it because it was a lease. So that's the end of an era. I can never do another video from that car again. Another thing that I say in the video is that the basic point of this channel is going to be me holding up my phone and talking a lot, because I talk a lot. I believe that's a direct quote from the video. And you know what? true, some things never change. I don't hold up my phone anymore. I have an actual camera, so things have moved up in that direction. But yeah, I do still like to talk a lot. That is a big reason why I make these videos. Something I'm also just noticing now, by the way, is that this video was published on April 4th, 2016, which is almost exactly a year ago. Which is crazy because also I was not uploading for time. So this is not like this was planned that it was exactly going to be a year. I had spaces that I screwed up. And so it's not like it was like, oh, 52 weeks. I had a lot of time where I wasn't doing stuff, and then I was doing a lot of stuff. So this worked out really weirdly well. Another important thing that I'm noticing about this video is that it still has the PowerDirector watermark on the bottom because I wasn't rich enough to spring for the full version of the mobile editor that I still use to this day. It's actually really good, but it cost $5 to get the full version, and I couldn't afford that. So I was using the free version, which you had to have a watermark on it. So again, moving up in the world. This is a funny point because I said that I have a bunch of thoughts that I want to get out and they probably won't be as focused as I have them in my mind, and that's what jump cuts are for, which is true. But I only, like in the last month, have started noticing that in the amount of time that I've started making videos, the amount of cuts and edits that I've had to make has dropped tremendously because I've gotten better at succinctly putting my thoughts together in one cohesive space so that I don't have to make as many cuts, and so the editing doesn't take quite as long because now I can just talk and I can get things right the first time. I made a point in the video of saying that making these videos is going to give me a reason to drink more seltzer, which will in turn mean more cans so that I can have more reason to go out and make the videos, which will in turn make me more money. And I said that's what's paying the bills, and then I said that no, my parents are the ones paying the bills because I'm insufficient as an adult. And I would like to say to anyone who's 18 years old and genuinely thinks that they're insufficient as an adult because they can't pay their own bills, sorry, it's not like that. I can barely pay my bills now, and I'm 22. Oh, I was 20 then, I guess. I was 20 when I made the first video. But the point is, paying bills is hard. Don't worry about it. It's really not a big deal. I also brought up Formspring, which Formspring is a wonderful site that I don't know if any of you guys ever got to use. It was a really big deal when I was in high school. It was just this like question asking site where just people sent asks asking if you were gay, and most of the time you'd say no, but I really think that I've advanced past that point, and I've really reached a good point in my life where no one really has to question my sexuality and ask where I am and exactly what my denomination is, and it really is nice to feel like I've moved forward in that sense. The last bit of the video is actually pretty well spoken, and I think it's a good way to move forward from this point on. And I'm actually gonna let me from 2 years ago finish off this video with his own words.
But yeah, this is me. This is what you're getting. Nothing else. No actual content. Just me. Now go away.
And nothing's changed since. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. I come out with videos every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday, presumably for the foreseeable future. From my happy place, my name is Zach. Here's to the next 100 videos. Now go away.
No matter where you roam, you will always have a home. You will never be alone, because where you go, I will go. No matter where you hide.
Jonathan has a question for you. Who's trying to call you?
Okay, I'm making a video. What's up?
Jonathan?
Hi.
Hey, so real quick, how against would you be having a very nice 3D portrait of the Last Supper that I found?
Send a picture of it. Okay.
How big is it?
I mean, regular portrait frame.
Send a picture of it.
I will when I get out of the car.
Okay, thank you. Bye.